Dr. Eliza Thompson, one of the nation's most respected nephrologists and a senior consultant at the Evergreen Medical Center in Willow Creek, is on a mission to raise awareness about the silent epidemic affecting millions of Americans' chronic kidney disease. With over 2 decades of experience in renal medicine, Dr. Thompson has dedicated her career to educating the public on how the kidneys work and what we can do to protect them. According to Dr. Thompson, our kidneys are nothing short of biological marvels. Each person has 2 kidneys, and inside each of these bean-shaped organs reside millions of tiny filtering units called nephrons. These microscopic filters are responsible for an incredible feat, processing nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day. From that staggering volume, they manage to recycle over 99% of the filtered fluid and essential components back into our bodies, eliminating only the waste products and excess water in the form of urine. This constant, behind-the-scenes work helps regulate blood pressure, maintain electrolyte balance, and ensure the removal of harmful toxins. But unfortunately, many of the lifestyle habits and foods prevalent in modern American life are placing our kidneys under tremendous stress. The hidden enemies, what's damaging our kidneys? Dr. Thompson explains that the leading causes of kidney damage in the United States are chronically high blood pressure and, more significantly, poorly managed type 2 diabetes. These 2 conditions account for the majority of cases of chronic kidney disease (CKD) in American adults. Diabetes, in particular, is especially harmful because of its insidious nature. Elevated blood sugar levels over time can cause direct harm to the delicate nephrons inside the kidneys, leading them to shrink, harden, and lose their ability to filter waste effectively. As this deterioration progresses, the early signs of kidney damage begin to surface, most commonly in the form of sugar or protein appearing in the urine. These substances don't normally pass through the kidneys in healthy individuals, so their presence is a red flag. Other warning signs include cloudy or dark-colored urine, foaminess which can indicate excess protein, and an increased frequency of urination, especially at night. Beyond their role as a filtering system, the kidneys are also critical for activating vitamin D in the body. Vitamin D plays a central role in regulating calcium and phosphate levels, supporting immune function, and maintaining bone strength. If kidney function declines, the activation of vitamin D is impaired, which can lead to vitamin D deficiency, a condition associated with increased risk of infections, weakened bones, and compromised immunity. To safeguard kidney health, Dr. Thompson advises Americans to be especially cautious of 7 everyday food items that are silently and steadily undermining renal function. 1. Instant noodles, a quick fix with long-term consequence. These popular pantry staples are the epitome of convenience, quick, inexpensive, and satisfying. However, Dr. Thompson warns that behind their appealing packaging lies a cocktail of ingredients that can wreak havoc on the kidneys. A standard serving of instant noodles contains an alarming amount of sodium, sometimes up to 1,700 milligrams in just 1 package. To put that in perspective, the American Heart Association recommends consuming no more than 300 milligrams of sodium per day, with an ideal limit of 1,500 milligrams for most adults, especially those with high blood pressure. Regularly consuming instant noodles can easily cause individuals to exceed this limit, leading to increased blood pressure and placing strain on the kidneys. Even more concerning is the presence of preservatives like tertiary butyl hydroquinone (TBHQ). The synthetic antioxidant, derived from butane, a component of lighter fluid, is used to extend shelf life and prevent spoilage. However, TBHQ has been shown to cause kidney enlargement and tissue toxicity in animal studies and has been flagged by several health organizations as a potential carcinogen. While the FDA permits its use within certain limits, Dr. Thompson warns that repeated exposure, especially from processed foods like instant noodles, poses a real risk. Moreover, most instant noodles are pre-fried in low-quality industrial oils containing trans fats. These fats, now banned in many countries and restricted by the FDA in the US, have long been associated with heart disease and metabolic dysfunction. They also have a cumulative effect on the kidneys, liver, and pancreas, further disrupting the body's delicate balance. Point 2. Colorful candies, sweet treats with toxic tints. Vibrant, rainbow-colored candies that line the shelves of supermarkets and gas stations may be irresistible to kids and adults alike. But Dr. Thompson stresses that their dazzling appearance comes at a dangerous cost. The bright colors in many of these candies are created using artificial food dyes such as red 40, yellow 5, and blue 1. These dyes are synthetic petroleum-based compounds that are extremely difficult for the kidneys to filter and eliminate. Over time, repeated consumption puts undue strain on the renal system. Research has linked certain food dyes to hyperactivity in children, allergic reactions, and even potential carcinogenicity. But from a nephrology standpoint, the primary concern is the added burden these chemicals place on the body's detoxification systems, particularly the kidneys. In addition to synthetic dyes, these candies are often packed with refined sugars and high fructose corn syrup, both of which spike insulin levels and can contribute to obesity, metabolic syndrome, and eventually diabetes, the primary precursor to chronic kidney disease. What begins as an innocent indulgence in childhood can evolve into serious health challenges later in life if unchecked. 3. Fried chicken and deep-fried foods, a crispy danger whether it's fried chicken, French fries, or onion rings. Deep-fried foods hold a special place in American culinary culture. But Dr. Thompson urges consumers to think twice before indulging too frequently. Deep frying involves cooking foods in oil at very high temperatures. This process triggers the formation of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, harmful compounds created when sugars bind to proteins or fats. AGEs are known to cause oxidative stress and inflammation throughout the body, and the kidneys, as major filtration organs, bear the brunt of this chemical assault. In the case of fried chicken, which is often coated in flour and sugar-laden batters, the formation of AGEs is especially pronounced. These compounds can damage blood vessels, impair immune response, and accelerate kidney aging. Additionally, many fast food restaurants and home cooks reuse frying oil multiple times to save on costs. This reuse leads to the degradation of oil molecules and the creation of harmful byproducts like acrolein, acrylamide, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, all of which are toxic to kidney tissues and potentially carcinogenic. Dr. Thompson warns that regular consumption of such foods significantly increases the risk of chronic kidney damage, especially in people already predisposed to high blood pressure or diabetes. 4. Industrial bread, the hidden additives. You should know a Booth bread aisle in American grocery stores is filled with fluffy loaves that boast extended shelf lives, often lasting 7 to 9 months unopened. But Dr. Thompson cautions that this convenience may come with a hidden cost to kidney health. One of the major culprits is potassium bromate, a flour additive used to improve dough elasticity and promote rising. While potassium bromate is still permitted in some U.S. breads, it has been banned in over 40 countries including Canada, the United Kingdom, and most of the European Union due to its potential link to kidney tumors and other cancers. Studies have shown that potassium bromate can be particularly damaging to the kidneys when consumed over long periods. While many manufacturers claim that baking the bread neutralizes the additive, testing has revealed that residues can still remain in the final product. Dr. Thompson urges consumers to check bread labels for ingredients like bromated flour or enriched flour with potassium bromate. She recommends choosing breads with simple, whole food ingredients and shorter shelf lives, even if it means buying from a local bakery or storing bread in the freezer. 5. Sodas and carbonated soft drinks, a fizzy threat to your kidney. Soft drinks are among the most consumed beverages in America, from classic colas to flavored sodas. Their refreshing fizz and sugary sweetness are widely appealing, but Dr. Thompson warns that they may be one of the worst offenders when it comes to kidney health. Most sodas contain phosphoric acid, a chemical added to enhance flavor and shelf stability. While generally recognized as safe in small amounts, phosphoric acid can disrupt the body's calcium-phosphorus balance when consumed excessively. This imbalance leads to calcium being pulled from the bones and deposited into soft tissues, including the kidneys, where it can contribute to the formation of kidney stones and calcification. Moreover, the massive sugar content in soft drinks, sometimes over 40 grams per 12-ounce can, spikes blood sugar and insulin levels, fueling the development of insulin resistance and eventually diabetes. Diet sodas, while sugar-free, aren't necessarily safe either. Some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners may also affect kidney function and glucose metabolism in ways that are not yet fully understood. Dr. Thompson strongly advises limiting soda intake to occasional treats and encourages people to switch to water, herbal teas, or natural sparkling water with no added sugars or phosphates. 6. Low-quality honey. The deceptive sweetener honey has long been regarded as a natural health food, often touted for its antioxidant and antibacterial properties. But not all honey is created equal, and Dr. Thompson highlights the danger of adulterated or low-quality honey products. Many commercial honey brands are heavily processed and diluted with high-fructose corn syrup, a sweetener that mimics the taste and texture of honey but lacks its natural enzymes and nutrients. These products often contain 80% to 90% syrup and only a trace amount of real honey. Fructose, unlike glucose, is primarily metabolized by the liver. When consumed in large quantities, it leads to hepatic fat accumulation, insulin resistance, and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease (NAFLD), all of which are risk factors for kidney disease. Dr. Thompson compares the effect of high-fructose corn syrup to that of alcohol in the way it stresses the liver and disrupts metabolic health. She recommends sourcing raw, unfiltered honey from trusted local producers and using it sparingly. Look for labels that specify 100% pure honey and avoid products that include the words blend or syrup. 7. Instant cereals. Breakfast convenience. Long-term risk. Breakfast cereals, especially those labeled as instant, may seem like a healthy choice, but Dr. Thompson warns that many are far from beneficial for your kidneys. Instant cereals are typically loaded with refined sugars, low-grade vegetable oils, and highly processed starches. Some even contain glyphosate, a controversial herbicide that has been detected in trace amounts in products made from oats, wheat, and other grains. Glyphosate is commonly used to dry crops before harvest, and recent studies have linked long-term exposure to increased risk of chronic kidney disease, particularly among agricultural workers. Even if glyphosate is not explicitly listed, cereals labeled with bioengineered ingredients or genetically modified organisms, GMOs, may indicate potential contamination. These terms are becoming more common as labeling laws evolve, but consumers should still remain vigilant. Dr. Thompson recommends choosing whole, organic cereals with minimal ingredients. Better yet, opt for steel-cut oats, unsweetened oatmeal, or homemade granola with natural add-ins like chia seeds, walnuts, and berries. Final thoughts: protecting the lifeline of your health. Eliza Thompson's message is clear. Our kidneys are among the most essential and most vulnerable organs in our bodies. Damage often occurs silently over many years, without symptoms until it's too late. But with awareness, education, and smart dietary choices, we can take meaningful steps to prevent chronic kidney disease. She encourages all Americans to monitor their blood pressure and blood sugar levels regularly, avoid processed and chemical-laden foods, and prioritize whole, nutrient-rich ingredients in their meals. Supporting kidney health doesn't require drastic changes. It starts with informed decisions, one bite at a time. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Healthy Living Insights channel for more evidence-based advice on nutrition, health, and preventive care.